Hello everybody. As you guys already know, I'm aboard the 2020 BMW R18 Cruiser. This is a bike that I've done a video on in the past, maybe a few, as I've been very interested in this bike as it's gone from kind of like a concept bike to a full production bike. Was lucky enough to get my hands on one, but unfortunately not able to ride it as the only bike that BMW got was already sold. This is the first time I've actually got the opportunity to ride this motorcycle. BMW Motard USA has a big trailer full of R18s, and they are bringing them around to a bunch of dealerships around the US. Well, today's stop, thankfully, they stopped today because it's raining, so we didn't know if it was actually going to happen. But yep, we're just going to be here today and tomorrow, two-day event at BMW of Southeast Michigan. This is the same owner of Ducati Detroit, also owns the BMW store, and he invited us down to come check out this beautiful bike. My friend Zach is up there on the right with the black helmet, and this is both of our first times riding this bike. So far. Well, it was not a very smooth first start for me on the bike. I forgot to buckle my helmet, so I look like a big old doofus, and I had to figure out how to quickly take my gloves off because I don't have the dexterity within my fingers to handle the D-rings on the helmet loop. So I had to take them off, and then the red light happened. It was just a big old kerfuffle. Kerfuffle? I think that's the word. So R18, this is gonna be my first impression of this bike, like a true first impression. Like, while I've wheeled it around a dealership, this is the first time I've got to ride it. And so far, in the last mile that we've ridden, I have really enjoyed it. Now we're gonna slow down because we missed the light. Our group missed it, so we're gonna go a little slow. Big first impressions. When you start up the bike, oh boy, does it shake. You've got to be prepared. You definitely have to be prepared. It's a violent shake. There's some weird Michigan houses, that's for sure. The fountain, oh boys. It's a big shake. Besides that, the torque on this bike is crazy. Like, it's a really powerful engine, and with the big old boxer engine that it is, these pistons are massive. Like, they are massive, and it is truly such a fun experience. It's so different than anything I've ever ridden before, especially compared to the Ducati or an inline 4 or anything like this. Having a boxer engine in a motorcycle is very unique, and I got to ride one back in the day in Germany, an old vintage BMW, the R75/5, the Toaster, but this is the first new BMW boxer engine that I've had the opportunity to ride, and I can see why it's fun. Like, now that I've ridden this, I really want to drive the R9T. They have a racer, the Cafe Racer variant, and it's got the option, I think it's option 718. It's all aluminum and it's beautiful, but there's something about it that it's different. It really is different. We're gonna wait for those riders. From what I'm seeing so far, right? There's a lot of things. Okay, we took that off. Bars, these grips are fine. Lots of chrome, lots and lots of chrome. Let's get back on the road. Nice little, and definitely sounds pretty good. You can see see where it's revving to right now, 2650, 27, 25. This bike wants to rev. It's crazy, but when it revs, it shakes. Going around basically the first corner that we've gone so far, it was a little weird because the bike was shaking left and right while I was trying to understand where the tires were in my corner. I didn't know where it was shaking from, higher up or lower down or anything like that, if that makes sense. I think it's just one of those things that you get used to the shake of the boxer engine while making those turns, and it's just an experience. First gear, that downshift is aggressive. Oh, we slowed down again. Yeah. Oh, that's so weird. Is everyone going? Yeah, everyone's going. So so interesting. So I've missed that neutral twice now. Just something to think about. So other things, these grips, they're fine, nothing super fancy. Just, it's a very relaxed position. I think let's start with there. Let's start with the positioning. It is super relaxed. I'm sitting straight up, almost if I was like at attention or sitting at a desk or something like that. I'm very straight up and down. My hands are not at like a 90-degree angle to my back, so they're not like perfectly, but they are at probably like a 70-degree. Suspension's a little rough, a little harsh. I don't know if that's a cruiser thing. I don't ride many cruisers, as you guys know, right? Or a lot of sport bikes, a lot of naked bikes, a lot of cafe bikes. So it's very interesting to be on a cruiser just in general, not just a BMW cruiser, but just cruisers. Maybe I should figure out how to ride more of those in the future, more Harleys, stuff like that. That would be fun, I think. But grips, everything's fine on the grips, nothing crazy. You have your ride modes, you have rock, you've got roll, you've got rain, you've got those modes. You get a quick little menu button. I don't know what changes when I see, I see miles, mile A, miles per hour, volts. We got a date, miles per gallon, 37. We got time. What else do we got? We're gonna pay attention to where we're going now. Alright, so past neutral. Ooh, just wants to shift. It feels so good. I'm definitely gonna put it back into, there we go, RPMs. Besides that, lots of chrome going on here. Not a big fan of chrome on motorcycles, honestly. I'm sure that in one point in the future, BMW will make an all black variant of this bike, and it's gonna be great, and that's gonna be the bike for me. But besides that, these blinkers down here, super interesting. They almost look like something, they're hanging down, which I know they're not, but they are hanging, but I don't know if I'm into them. The brake reservoir is nice that you can actually see into the reservoir, more chrome. I like the single speedometer. It's very clean. It's very representative of the heritage of the bikes. They had like basically this exact same speedo. And I have one of those on my bookshelves, which is cool. From that, actually the R75 that I was telling you about previously. It's my friend's bike, and it came off of his back in the day. Now, going down the tank, this one is, I believe it's called the Edition 1 or something. Oh, also Berlin built. Throughout this bike, it says Berlin built, and I think that's really cool. You know, as you guys know, I lived in Berlin for a few years and absolutely loved my time there. I loved the experience. All of it was just great. Let's see, into neutral. All right, it's super easy to find neutral, that's for sure. But like how it says Berlin built everywhere, I just think that's really cool. I really appreciate that. Ooh, you feel it. Oh. Ooh. Pinstripe on the tank is a real touch. Now let's talk about these boxer engines and where they are on top of your feet, right? I cannot see my toes. It's not like a crazy deal, but like I sometimes like to see where my feet are in correlation or in relation. I don't know what the difference is between the relation between the foot pegs and the rear brake on the right side and the shift indicator, the shifter shifter linkage, or shifter bar. What is my shifter lever? I don't know what it's called. That sounds crazy. I'm just the big old dumbest motorcycle rider this side of Michigan. Am I right? Just kidding. Hopefully I'm not. But it's nice to be able to look down and see it, and there's no way that I can see it whatsoever. It's completely hidden by the boxers. I'm gonna say I've only been riding for a few minutes now. My right foot is definitely a bit warm. It's directly underneath the boxer engine. On the left side, it's not as warm, which is interesting because you think it would be similar feeling, since it's basically the same engine on both sides. It is the same. It is one engine, same piston on both sides. When you get up there to that like 4,500 to 5,000, it sure likes to shake a bit, but not too shabby at all, guys. The seat's a little hard, but it does a really good job of keeping me very stationary, right? I don't slide around at all, whether that's left to right or forward. I think you would have to, I'm not gonna say you're gonna have to upgrade it in the future, but it is hard. Hard German leather. It's okay, I can make that joke. Besides that, foot position, not crazy. A lot of people were very hesitant on the Boxer engine because the foot position for a Cruiser is usually out front, way up there. I believe they have a classic car carrier. Oh, that's why so the American Concourse is this weekend. The American Concourse is a very, very, very fancy car show in Michigan, which is relative to like that of Pebble Beach in California or Amelia Island out in Florida. But it's this weekend and it's raining. It's basically been raining all morning, and it's going to rain all day tomorrow, but Sunday it's going to be clear, and I'm going to be out there participating in there. I actually scored myself a press pass, so I'm pretty excited because, you know, I'm becoming more and more official with my press passes and stuff like that as Bertoni Motors grows. So that's pretty cool. So what else? The sound of this bike, sound is pretty good. I revved a little bit at that light. Probably do another one when we get to this light if we're still at red. This guy scares me with the helmet and the no gloves. I don't appreciate that. That scares me. I want everyone to be safe when they ride. I feel like that's one of my biggest, not pet peeves, but discussions, thought points, is I want people to be safe. I like it. It sounds good. Oh, just first gear, and I don't know if it's because of the torque, but it's so easy to get this bike rolling. So easy, just very forgiving. Clutch pull is really easy. It is a heavy clutch pull, that's for sure, but to get it actually in motion, not too shabby at all. I think we're staying here now. Yeah. I guess as we're sitting at the stoplight, it's interesting to see. So there are two variants. The one without the windshield that I'm riding and this guy's riding. He's got the Vance & Hines exhaust, which sound good. And then the more cruiser style with the windshield protection, nice black Urus, and the saddlebags. And they did a really good job with the saddlebags being in leather. I'm assuming there's going to be a hard case down the road. But it just looks good and flows very well with the bike's lines. Like, they did a great job with that. Ooh, it is a bit difficult to walk this bike. It's just very wide. I want to experiment with it, but one of the interesting features of this bike, and like a lot of larger cruisers as well, is that it has a reverse gear. I don't know if we're gonna go. Okay. It's got a reverse gear to get you out of tight parking spaces. Oh boy. What fun. Oh, the vibration. This is a fun bike. I'm really enjoying riding this bike right now. Especially, I wouldn't say in a pack, but I feel like I'm part of a motorcycle gang right now. I want to be part of a motorcycle gang, so if anyone wants to be part of my motorcycle gang, let me know. I don't know, we don't have like a logo yet. Probably something with like ice cream cones or something. When hell is frozen over, Joey gets mint ice cream. Interesting house. I kind of want to take this bike for a longer ride. It seems like a few miles, or I think we're going for like a 45-minute ride. It just seems like that may not be enough. It's like this bike is just, it's hard to say, but like it's just a lot of fun to ride. It's not hard to say, it's easy to say. I just didn't expect to have this much fun on a motorcycle, on this motorcycle. It's just very relaxing to be on this bike. Turn that far. I'm trying to test the steering, or the, not the, ooh, look how pretty this is. How have I like never found this road? Oh, it feels like Northern California, Mount Madonna area, right after the rain. I want to test how far I can, Northville Recreation, I want to test how far I can lean on this bike. It seems like you could probably give it a pretty good lean. Bump. Lost stability control when I did the bump. 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 Is it frisbee golf? Coming up towards the end of the ride, and I've had nothing but smiles on this bike so far. I really would like to take this bike for a longer ride. I really want to experience it a bit more in the curves, kind of just see how nimble a large bike like this can be. I do not like parking lots, that's for sure. Not a fan of parking lots. But let's